Hello everyone, welcome to Slush Code Universal Tutors. This is Common Entrance Maths lesson 16. Today we're learning how to subtract decimals. Don't worry, I'm going to show you exactly how to line everything up and get the correct answer. Let's go. Okay, just like we learned when adding decimals, the first thing we must do is line up the decimal points. How many of you remember that? Then once they are lined up, we just subtract like we do for whole numbers. I hope you remember when we're doing addition, I told us that. Okay, let's start with an easy one. 0.8 minus 0.3. First of all, you line them up properly. Then you subtract. 8 minus 3 gives you 5. Then you bring down your decimal point straight down. So you have 0.5. 0.5 is our answer. Easy peasy. But let's not celebrate too early. Now we have 0.75 minus 0.5. Notice that 0.5 has only one decimal place. We can write it as 0.50. And remember that adding a 0 to the end of a decimal doesn't change its value. So 0.5 is the same thing as 0.50. So now that we've lined them up, we subtract from right to left. 5 minus 0 is 5. 7 minus 5 is 2. Then we bring down the decimal point straight down. So our answer is 0.25. That's our answer. Now let's subtract a decimal from a whole number. We can write 5 as 5.00 so that the decimal places can line up. This one requires borrowing. We'll only borrow in maths in Jesus' name. We will not borrow in real life. So it requires borrowing. After borrowing across the zeros, as you borrow from 5 to the 0 close to it, then from that it becomes 10. You borrow from 10 to the 0 last on your right. That becomes 10, and the one before it becomes 9. So 10 minus 5 gives you 5. So the one in the middle, the 0 in the middle is already 9 because we borrowed 1. Minus 7 is 2. So we already borrowed 1 from 5, making 4 remaining. So 4 minus 2 gives you 2. So our answer is 2.25. Now let's use real life example. Ada has 10 naira. She spends 3 naira 75 kobo on juice. I'm sorry, juice. How much money does she have left? Hope you understand the question. So the question says, how much money does she have left? It means we are subtracting. First of all, we line them up properly with the decimal points aligned properly. Then from 10, we borrow 1 to the 0 after the decimal, and that 0 becomes 10. And then from that 10 again, we borrow 1 to the 0 at the end by your right, and then that becomes 10. 10 minus 5 gives us 5, right? Then the 0 in the middle, we already borrowed 1 from it. That's from that 10, it's remaining 9. So 9 minus 7 is 2. So at the left side of the decimal, that 10 is remaining 9 because we borrowed 1. So 9 minus 3 gives us 6. So our answer is 6.25. That's 6 naira 25 kobo. Those zeros wanted to show us something, but we were not having it. We won. 6 naira 25 kobo. Now your turn. What is 6.50 minus 2.25? Line up your decimal points and work it out. Now let's check it. 6.50 minus 2.25 is equal to 4.25. That's when you subtract. You borrow 1 from 5 to 0 at the end by your right. It becomes 10. 10 minus 5 gives you 5. Then 4, because that 5 is 4, we borrowed 1. 4 minus 2 gives you 2. Then at the left side of the decimal, 6 minus 2 gives you 4. So 4.25. That's our answer. One final question. What is 8.00 minus 3.65? You observe that the two of them have the same decimal places. So pause the video and try it yourself. And the answer is 4.35. After you line them up correctly, you subtract from right to left and you get 4.35 as your answer. So if you got it right, give yourself a math high five and you've done excellently well. So always remember, whenever you need to solve for the subtraction of decimals, line up the decimal points, add zeros when necessary, subtract from right to left, bring the decimal point straight down, and you're good to go. This is Slush Code Universal Tutors, where we learn, practice, and excel. See you in lesson 17. Bye.